are going to take it for themselves. It's open for them. The option is there. EVOS Legends is going to greet it with open arms and just take it for themselves.
So far, looking pretty great. Oh my, we haven't seen Kimi in a while. I'm thinking about that Marsha here. Yes, no, maybe. Yeah. Yes, they did get that big win against the likes of what we saw early on, Geek fam.
Yes.
Really having a big blow with that Survey split push. But they opt for that export, which I think is a better option in terms of like sustainability, in terms of like going in for engagements. Because Masha, yes, you do have like a decent DPS damage, you can somewhat survive, but to open up some fights, not as efficient as what an export can do.
Now Farsa's going to be locked down. Literally, EVOS Legend is just telling Burmese Ghouls that we're going to go with a standard build. Standard hyper carry build, frontliners, my backlines already, my mid support has already been secured. And the best about it, they didn't really want to lock down the hyper carries because they're just so confident. Whatever they pick on the side of Burmese Ghouls, they will be able to answer it. And that's pretty much why they try to lock in team fight composition first, side laners, and even just one for each role basically.
And now, going in for the final bans for both sides, I think that they might want to consider taking out some of all these initiations coming in for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Hence, they will remove Kufra. But I think that there's also other sort of threats. I did mention early on Hayabusa and stuff like sorts. You know what? There's still a Kaja being left available, so I think Burmese Ghouls can rely on that too.
But that's if they really want to choose to take it.
Oh my! I gotta say so. I gotta take my words back because they already got the Diggy anyways.
But still, they can try to take it for themselves. But like I said, it's weird.
Yeah, a little bit off.
A little bit off, but weird. But still cool. Burmese Ghouls just realized like, okay, they have sideliners, they have magic supports. They need to be a really great fighter or hyper carry to go for it. That was very safe ban here because he is a very strong sideliner, admittedly. But there's still other options for sure about EVOS Legends. Bring it out. Take it. Take the Fanny.
Fanny, come on. I'll lock this one in. I definitely want to see some flare coming out, but oh my. Are we seeing what I'm seeing? Okay. Cho seems to be something that makes a lot more sense.
EVOS Legends really knows how to pull our heartstrings for sure. But if anything gets picked out, it will be the second Fanny to ever appear in this MPLI. Still coming on the side of Burmese Ghouls. They're going to go with the Valir and Leslie.
I'm not too sure about the Leslie pick, but I'm sure as hell going in for that Hayabusa. I've been talking about this from time to time, and seems like the EVOS Legends will allow them to have it a go. But I'm feeling that the reason why they picked Cho is that they do expect that Hayabusa. So let's see whether or not will this be a good run for the side of Ace. Well, one final pick for him. What's it going to be?
I think it's pretty standard. Going to be now next. Going to be the hyper carry. Bruno is up for the launcher, but go for the Lancelot. Pretty cool as well, because since everyone is diving into the fight here, let's jump into the mix as well. Let's join into this all brawl middle-y party. And the best part about it is that they already knew that they're going to be going for at least a physical assassin damage hero here, mainly because they look on the side here, they need a damage. They need someone to pull up the physical damage here. So able to narrow it down, Hayabusa is going to be the one and most easiest to also accomplish as well.
Certainly we'll be looking in towards even more action right here as Burmese Ghouls will take down EVOS Legends in this best of 3 to see who advances forward to meet Resurgence for tomorrow. We will be having that semifinals as well as the grand finals run. And of course, these players are set to get themselves in towards that top 4 position as well. Top 4, top 3, or even top 1, of course, as we are seeing Ace, maybe Ice, Ruby, DD, Kid D from Burmese Ghouls take on EVOS Legends, which consists of Pendragon, Rek, Juan, Zaze, and of course, so many more of all these sort of great talents coming across as we head in towards the Land of Dawn once again.
And just want to add on, we saw Juan had played an amazing Lancelot play. I'll see how well it's going to be going for the Mr. Kid. Just going to be clearing out their ways with that Umbrella Fleet to try to zone them out a little bit. Followed by the side here of Ruby. Zones out a little bit. Got to be careful as they just constantly just reminds him like, hey, I'm right here. Don't do anything funny.
And I think that there's definitely a little bit more of that space given for as respect. But one's going to be going in for a little bit of chunk of damage. Oh boy, good stun over the side of Ruby DD, but here comes Maybe though.
Still, Ruby maybe comes in for the reinforcement, but that just leaves the top lane open towards for Pendragon to scale for himself. Coming from the bot lane, on the other hand, D just being amount harassing as much as possible. Diving even the tower Rek almost made a play for himself. Close enough, but not greedy either. So now Rek will be able to stay alive, and he's not going to go back just yet. He wants to stay and try to get this last tank for himself before he goes back.
Oh my, there's the faster coming in from the bottom lane as well, but here comes Maybe trying to actually negate that sort of scenario from happening while the Kagura is actually moving forward. Things are looking a little bit dicey. Rexy might just be first blood here. Hit! Oh boy, it's actually Maybe that gets that kill.
Still happening on the mid lane as well. Ruby might be also the next one to fall, but one holding out form. Ruby trying to hold out as much as possible. He's going to be, and the best part about it, he doesn't really have the fragile armor, but he will commit the Thorn Rose, dodging away from that fire stake, and will seal the deal in our friend's fate by happening on the bottom side as well. Frag was able to get a nice 1v1 kill for himself, but that kill will be given to Ace, and that's going to benefit Ace more compared to the side here of EVOS Legends.
What I really love about this game is that there is so much smooth moves in styling under tower, guys. Hello? Is this Dive City or what?
I mean, come on, everyone wants to get a couple of swag points for themselves since this is the last game for today, and also will dictate on who's going to be pushing towards tomorrow against that upper bracket finals.
That's right. Over on top side now. Wrecked once again. Yep, the leads Diggy, and of course, we won't be seeing that egg hatch for quite some time. Well, take that back.
But remember, Rek has the weight of the dragon, going to be kicking him all the way back. There's no more Faraga armor, so he can try to do as much damage as possible, but no final sanity. I mean, he does have it, but will not commit it because he just doesn't have enough to seal the deal.
And seems like it was quite an easy pickoff. Like, he should have seen that coming after Diggy suffered that loss. And here comes. Speaking of Diggy, oh boy.
Big pickup.
Yeah. Seems like the Diggy's actually doing a lot of heavy lifting here.
Yeah, but Rek not looking too good for himself. Try to escape, flickers out, but you know, it's Hayabusa. Once you get the shadow kill, there's no way for you to escape from that. Same goes for the other side, as Farsa will be to seal the deal on D, who literally overextended a little bit too far.
I'm not too sure about that flicker though. Like you said, it's very questionable. You know you can't escape. There's already 3 members on top, but Turtle's going to be going over the side of Burmese Ghouls. They are committing towards a little bit of a scuffle there. Nothing all too serious. No one battered and bruised, but, you know, Torn Rose being dragged out coming from the side of EVOS right now. Top side, though, a little bit of that heavy push coming in from the side of Hayabusa.
Okay, right now, everything seems a little bit mellow among the comparison between the two hyper carry, between Ace and One, both being level 6. One, although has 3-1, but on the side here on Ace, still hasn't died yet. Z's still being Z's, just trying to apply a little bit more pressure as they try to take down this first tier towers for themselves. D falls back with the Transcendent Ward, try to buy enough time for the team here, but Z's has his ultimate, going to be coming in with the perfect match, but not going to commit his ultimate just yet.
He is being very, very disciplined on some of all these spell usage while bottom lane being traded off from the top side. Took them long enough to actually secure this one, but right now we're looking at EVOS, of course. The lead is not really too huge, but I'll take that back because we are seeing One on his 4th kill.
I mean, One is definitely going to find every opportunity he can get, because not only was Kid like a level lower than him, it's going to be the Kaguya. She's not very tanky at all, so it's going to be a very clean pickup for One. D, on the other hand, being Uranus, being the nuisance he is, just constantly going back and forth, but he has to be careful. He's buying a little bit too much of the time. Maybe Pop's going to be popping the ultimate, but sadly the Falling Star move coming from Pendragon will be sealing Maybe's fate there.
Oh man, this looks really hard for them. And One gets caught up by the wall! And he managed to actually go out with the Torn Rose as well. So he's going to be the next one that has to deal with this situation as he's being stuck by the corner there. Red coming in with the Weighted Dragon as well. Ace comes back. He will get Zace and maybe will force the flicker away from Rek. But D is crashing in and Uranus is going for that chase. He's going to put a hole in the heart of Rek.
Still, Pendragon's trying to escape from this situation, but will be denied as Diggy's going to be dropping down that time bomb and literally tell Pendragon that your time is up.
Oh boy, like we're looking at not only Pendragon that might just be suffering right here. Rexy now comes up with the Feather Airstrike just to remove some waves, but oh boy, these feeling really hot today as we are seeing that turtle going in favor of the side of Burmese Ghouls. I love that sort of pace that Burmese Ghouls is playing. Multiple objectives at one go.
Mm-hmm. And the best part about this the entire time, Burmese Ghouls is, if you notice, they learn from what they've been seeing by far for the past few days here. EVOS Legend goes for an objective, they try to get for another one for themselves. But Pendragon pushing in with the fire stake. Definitely, we saw a couple of skirmishes, not major skills pop just yet. Both teams very disciplined, very patient about it. Pendragon finds ace, but he's not going to be committing the falling star mode because he wants to try to buy us enough time for his team. I love the fact that he walks towards the crowd to try to mitigate some of the damage coming out from Shadow Kill, but sadly the Umbrella is going to be sealing her fate here.
Oh, my goodness me, Kid. Although he might just actually get one, there's going to be a big Fatal Links coming in from the side of Zaze, but now he's all by himself though. There's going to be no minutes, so he's going to be able to still hold on for a little bit longer, but Burmese Ghouls, they get what they need.
Despite all the fights happening all over the place here, one is still able to catch up with AC with both of them being level 10, but of course Xbox with a total win rate of 56% out of 18 games. Very favorable fighter as well. Quite dependable too in most situations.
Yeah, I'm liking Ruby DD's play on this Xbox as well. Very reliable, very much engaging, and he rushed out this immortality so early in this matchup, and he is able to actually go in for those big heavy team fights. So far, Zay's still looking to actually get some catches right here. But Uranus though, look at Uranus all the way up top side.
Man, he's just split pushing all the way, and I love the fact that no one's trying to really try to punish him just yet. Ruby being quite the nuisance, going to be popping the final insanity as well. It's going to take him a while before he regens back that Faraga armor, but Rexy gets engaged by Kid. One trying to see, one trying to push into the mix here, but spots out that the Digi already pops the ultimate, the time journey. Doesn't want to commit any further.
Now that's going to be the Turtles being spawned up, while Burmese Ghouls, they do have a little bit of opening right there. D is going to be all by himself, but they don't want Uranus. They want to actually get that Kagura. They won't get the kill over the side of Zaze as we are looking at heavy commitments as Rek goes in with the Raider Dragon as well. Big zoom across as we are looking at OG Shadow kill over Zaze, and that's going to be a big double. Ace though under the tower. No, that looks really bad for them as Burmese Ghouls get 3 members wiped away.
Absolutely amazing. And the thing is that even though they lost one, it was sort of like an equal trade because Ace also fell at the same time. So not really much gain. But on the other side here, maybe being quite the news and also quite the team player in this team for the last team fight as well has been quite impactful.
Very, very much so. Oh my, another Raider Dragon as we look in towards the top side. Pendragon doing Pendragon things. He's going to be able to actually walk away as he is being very confident with Immortality being up.
Zaze pushing in with the perfect match, spots Ruby, but will not be able to connect. It pops the final insanity. Well, able to melt down Rek down to size before he even leaves.
Man, like we didn't even know that Rek was that low of a HP. He went in for a dive with the Weird Dragon, the last that we saw before we moved upwards.
Yeah.
And then he took too much damage, and now Burmese Ghouls looking to secure this turtle for themselves. 13 kills to 11. We can see that EVOS Legends having a little bit of struggle to keep up with the countless of battles that they have been taking for the past 9 minutes.
Ooh, perfect match. He's going to be using trying to get out of that situation. Now I'm going to be seeing quite a massive push, but it's going to be really hard with the presence of Farsa. It's going to be using the Feather Airstrike to really clear out those waves. That's going to make the mid lane survive a little bit more longer than usual. But anyway, coming out, Esmeralda, top ban hero. 27 bans out at 61 games, almost 50% ban rate.
That's about 40-something-ish, 47-ish. Yeah, you get the drill. Pretty bad at math sometimes. Like you just want to get things over and done with. Same goes to Burmese Ghouls. 3-man collapse. Oh, say goodbye to Pendragon.
And that's pretty much it for Pendragon. I think that's pretty much what they were trying to hold for since they were actually hanging around the top a little bit longer. They was hoping for someone to try to contest against Ruby as he was slowly self-pushing that lane. But anyway, going to be the same repeat mistake here. But the Dragon going to be pushing back, but will not fully commit as it is D. And also he spotted out maybe and will not try to risk it any further.
Yeah, I like that Purify that comes in for the side of D as well. Like, they know that some of all these guys would actually commit towards the Uranus, and they say, okay, I'm going to clear all these CC. You can't get me at all. And for Zace, you will be able to actually zoom right back. Wando, he gets caught out for a little bit, but that's not going to be well. Oh my goodness, Yin Yang Overton's going to be able to actually pull him back. Killing spree for D.
Dude, that was an amazing pickup. The more they drop one as much as possible, the more Burmese Ghoul is going to gain here. Maybe on the other hand, gets a little bit down low, pops the time journey, but Rek, he really wants to try to secure this kill. But in the end, let's be honest, even though they're trading a couple of kills 1-for-1, it's always Ace that's going to be clearing things up, and that's not really good because that's benefiting him way more.
I absolutely agree with this. Like, you look at Juan, yes, he goes in for some offensive plays, but by the time things are over, Ace still gets the better trade-off here. Flicker coming from the side of Ruby DD as he visits the Lord for a little bit. Well, EVOS Legends members cutting across, but over on the right side of the map, seems like there will be a little bit of visitors right here. Zace taking a little bit pit stop as we see the umbrella being connected. Kit is probably going to trail behind, but here comes Ace though. Ace now trying to actually go in for a dive. They will secure the tower whatsoever. Pendragon goes in for the engagement, and he will be caught out. The rest of EVOS Legends were a little bit too far away, and now here comes the coming from Burmese Ghouls as well.
Definitely Ruby trying to hold the front line as much as possible. Juan trying to find the positioning he's trying to look for, but they will just have to give away this tower. Although his Fatal Links finally comes off cooldown, they still do not want to come in because they're just risking 4 on 5.
I gotta say that even some of these members of Burmese Ghouls, they knew what they're out against, and they really bring their A game towards the side of EVOS Legends. And now Rekt suffering a little bit of that sort of tickle coming in from the side of the, like, I don't know, like it feels like
a tickle.
I won't call it a tickle. It feels like a slap. It's like multiple slaps, 360 all the time, pop, 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 and like, yeah. Sometimes the damage itself is out of this world.
I mean, there's a lot of slaps coming from all those Ionic Edge, those dishes for sure. But Zay's definitely out of position, and that's pretty much it. There goes every intent of trying to contest for this Lord, because literally they lost Z's, and now Z's with Z's out of the picture here, they cannot try to contest for this Lord without risking any of their lives. And since they couldn't get the Lord, I love the fact that Rek decided, like, since we can't contest for the Lord, I'm going to split push and do as much objective as possible.
And speaking of objectives here, this is going to be the Lord dropping down to less than 50%. BG seems to be able to actually walk away with this one for free, and EVOS Legends choose to actually use this time to be expended for split pushing right down below. Like, I wish to see more Rek action in some of these team fight, but it seems like he has other plans in store for him.
Definitely, I would like to see more Rek action as well, but it's going to be a little bit difficult because every time Zays were to fall, or even one member of EVOS Legends were to fall, everyone has to play safe. Everyone has to play back already because they just can't risk anymore. Because Burmese Ghouls is currently on a level where a single or more mistakes being made by EVOS Legends will be devastating.
And for now, we can see EVOS Legends members are just taking it relatively slowly, taking each one of these corners of the bush.
Oh no.
Hoping for a little bit of passerby, but they can't wait any longer though. There is the Lord coming towards the top lane, and they gotta respond.
Oh, here comes Ruby pushing forward. No more Faraga armor though, but we're definitely going to be regenerating back really soon and really shortly. D coming from the round back, finds Z using the perfect man. That goes the gap closer. Z is going to be having the perfect match out very soon. Definitely will be able to engage anytime. Although Feather Airstrike going to be used to clear out the minion waves as well, try to defend from this Lord on this top inhibitor. They need to try to hold it out as much as possible, and they will. Mainly because Pendragon is just engaging them from the back line, but runs into the face of D. They had to be careful. They need to find a way to deal as much damage the most optimal way as much as possible. We see Ruby pushing and really pulling out the whole team here. Zays was able to pull out the Fatal Lace, but will easily get shredded down by Kid with the Kaguya. Now the top lane inhibitor will fall. Ron is trying to fight against Ace to the 1-to-1, but it's definitely not the 1-to-1. It's a team game, so it's going to be down to a 1v2 as D will get the mega kill for himself. 3 members will fall. Ruby will come back with the Immortal, and now here comes the Waiter Dragon trying to hold on the fall, but he's going to be able to pop out and still be alive. What amazing play coming from both Rek and Ruby, but all 3 inhibitors, scratch that, going to fall down. Now they all 3 have fallen, and now all that's left is an inhibitor, the crystal that is not defended, and Burmese Ghouls looks like they will be taking game 1 of EVOS Legends.
What a big victory for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Look at how happy they are. Uranus, yep.
Totally fine, but Esmeralda too. Now you have now you got 2 frontliners to deal with here, and it's not going to be fun. Let's be honest. If you thought Uranus was a nuisance enough, now you have to deal with an Esmeralda.
Is this going to be a carry Esmeralda? Is this going to be a tank Esmeralda? God knows, but, you know, we are definitely up for some surprises later on. Let's look into the side of Burmese Ghouls as they are waiting to see what does best heading into this stage of the game. X-Borg again. I love the X-Borg. We saw Ruby DD really playing it very well. Boxia has been snatched away. This is one of the picks that was very, very popular from yesterday all the way up to today.
Yeah, I mean, mainly because it's really great at just slowing down the health regeneration coming out from the Uranus. Not really a major counter, it's just a way just to deal with it because he has that ultimate that really sets things up and makes it easier for the fight. And he's also really great at initiating into the mix here. Definitely not as effective compared to the Atlas or the Kufra, but EVOS Legends is going to take Atlas for itself here. And this is going to be very scary. Now I'm looking at the full team fight composition here. And on the side here of Burmese Ghouls, they need to figure out how they want to deal with this.
Well, Burmese Ghouls will still need to look for some of all these pocket picks that EVOS Legends does have. They did show their Lunox, sometimes, you know, even a Harif, but I'm thinking that that's pretty much slightly out of the question. Ling has already been banned away, Diggy has already been banned away. One more ban for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Could it be something that's marksman related, or could it be an assassin? Because they can take out the Lancelot if they want to.
I feel they want to actually get rid of the Farsight instead because it has been doing quite the amount of harass from the previous game. And let's be honest, Farsight has been commonly banned out by most of these teams here, as she has been excelling really well as a mage support. But the Villa is also a really great thing. But I was surprised that they actually banned it out. I thought they would take it for themselves.
I think it's better for them to take it for themselves because they've already got the support. I'm very sure that Zaze will be playing on that pick as well. But now with Ranger as well as carry being left available, they will definitely look for carry because they need something to take down Boxia.
Yep, and carry, and also at the same time, they just do not want Burmese Ghouls to take the, because it's really great at shredding down those big heroes. Yeah.
Do you think Kufra will be good here? Because I think it's a really good scenario for Kufra right there. But they've already got enough sort of tanks. They are looking for Bruno to match up with some damage. I
feel at this point they either want to try to go for another tanker, a more safer tanker, or maybe just a little bit more physical damage deal here.
Yeah, or magic damage will be good as well. But yep, they're going in for oh, last minute switch up there. Quick thinking. We absolutely forget about the Kaja, but what do you think about this?
Kaja, there's nothing to say about Kaja. Kaja is an amazingly great lane harasser. You can initiate with a really dirty combo with the flicker combined with the divine judgment. No one can question you about that. You flicker it, and that's pretty much it. Now the real question is what EVOS Legends is going to be doing to deal against that Kaja. They can't go assassin now because it's really hard to go backline with the existence of the Kaja here. Lunox will be really great for them as they needed another source of damage, and especially from a magic point of source.
Yeah, this is somewhat similar to how they actually win against ONIC Esports, where they have both the carry as well as the Lunox coming into play. So they're looking for that setup. If the Atlas manage to actually pull somebody right in, then joke's over, they're dead.
Oh man, I'm really excited because this is literally the last game. If EVOS Legends should fall here, that's pretty much it. They're going to be packing back home, and Burmese Ghouls will be pushing forward to fight against Resurgence.
Well, that is something to look forward to, and it's going to be either Burmese Ghouls or EVOS Legends. And you talk about potential of being the last game. I'm liking EVOS' draft, and I'm definitely rooting for them for this one because I want to see Game 3 happen.
Everyone wants to see Game 3 happen. Everyone wants to see it, especially this amazing cinematic view of the Land of the Dawn game is finally underway, and it's good to be back.
And even if you ask me that, I'm choosing not to say it anyways. All right, of course, we're gonna be heading straight in towards the action. Seems like coast is clear, and we are already having EVOS Legends here clearing all the sort of the minions here coming in to play. So as for the side of EVOS, we will get the little Wanderer eventually.
Yeah, and I think this is really great because it not only just heals you and your allies and creeps nearby it, but also it still gives quite the amount of EXP. But Ace, quite the amount of clash and rotation coming out from both teams. Rack is a little bit out-zoned out, but D still pressures on all the way deep into enemy lines here. But coming with the Rubik from the round back with the Shield of Unity, that's going to be first blood for the side of Burmese Ghoul. My god, you saw how fast that shield was rolling?
Oh man, I absolutely missed it. Like we just see it just pop right there, but it means that Burmese Ghouls have free access to this entirety of the buff, and EVOS Legends will have to just hand it out to them.
Now we're going to be seeing a slight rotation coming out from Pendragon to see whether he can try to catch anyone at the side river, realizing no one is there, going to fall back towards his lane to farm up a little bit more. Now things is going to be a little bit slowed down, but you see towards the top side on the minimap, a lot of rotation, a lot of pressure. I love the fact they don't realize Rank is in the bush.
Oh, seems like they can't actually go in for a setup, but Zaze is actually too low. This is going to be a kill going over the side of Burmese Ghouls as they manage to actually take down the support. Although he had the flicker, it really didn't matter because it's definitely not worth to blow it off so early in the game. And as for one, of course, he gets whatever resources he can get. 4,300 gold still on the side of EVOS Legends, as we can see. A little bit of disparity, but not too hard for them to chase up.
Now this is going to be really scary to see who's going to be hitting level 4 first, because both Zaze and maybe both are currently level 3 going to be hitting level 4 very soon. But anyway, carry, win rate 41%. Out of 17 games. Although the thing is there's not really a main reason why. The reason why you see less carry in most of these games here is mainly because there were more stronger picks, especially with the Cloud in the existence here. But carry also is a really good replacement for the Cloud should the situation calls for it.
Yeah, of course, I would agree to some of the statements that you have made. So far, Kid's going to be able to actually go in for a little bit of hop. And of course, a little bit of that sort of overextension coming from the side of Rexy as he will get picked off.
Still pressuring on. They know they lost one member as well. Z is not hitting that level 4 just yet. He's very close though. And once he hits the level 4, we might be seeing a little bit more fights. And this is exactly what we were mentioning. Like Burmese Ghouls, will they be aggressive during this first 4 minutes? Yes, they are. And they have been doing it exceptionally well. Reg tried to push in. Thankfully, was able to juke away from that abyssal arrow too, and I believe this turtle will fall to the side of Burmese Ghouls. Yeah,
like the Wreck definitely sends that abyssal arrow out before he even pulls the trigger. That's gonna be the turtle in the hands of Burmese Ghouls. But look at the catch coming from Ruby DD. They're going for that setup and now looking for a dive over Wreck though. Oh boy, so beautiful. Burmese Ghouls now 4-0 lead.
That is absolutely amazing. This is the first time we see Burmese Ghouls in such a lead ever since, especially against a team such as EVOS Legends. And Bruno with a total win rate of 67%. And let me remind you again, Bruno, very flexible, early game, very versatile. This guy can dish out quite the amount of damage, has enough mobility to actually juke out in most dicey situation. And especially since he will be coming towards this game with the Purify, it's going to be really hard to catch him.
Yeah, and of course, we really have to see how can EVOS Legends turn things around because they are already at the losing end. The early game definitely didn't look like they are in a really good shape, but there's going to be a little bit more of that sort of a 3-man rotation from bottom towards the mid side here. But over the side of Kid, oh, here comes the catch.
Yeah, beautiful Phelan is going to be pulling only one member back. That's going to be Maybe, but even though that's a huge pickup because Maybe was the one that's trying to set up most of the fight here, getting rid of the Kaja, no Divine Judgment, but the Abyssal Arrow will connect, will catch on Pendragon, but that is an Esmeralda though, so they will not have enough damage to seal the deal. But I think he's totally fine just getting the kill here.
Yeah, and here comes D as he will be able to actually clear out that wave setup. So far, yeah, Immortality being bought there.
Man, that's a really fast Immortality, but looks like D's gonna be walking right into the bush, right into the face of both Z's and Rexy. But gotta be careful, Rex will be able to reinforce on the backside, but the final is doing so much damage to Z's, and he will go down because of the way of the wall coming from Ace here on the Bruno. Falling back, spots out the falling Star Moon. Now this is going to be not really a major team fight, but it's going to be a small one. But quite major as it is. As not only that, he was able to pick up an official double kill. And it's just an amazing pickup coming from the side here. A Burmese Ghoul. 1 for 3.
Oh my goodness me. This Bruno is just shredding everyone now. And D forced that Firaga armor to pop away. Flicker coming in from both Rexy as well as D, as he walks away alive, but here comes Ace though.
Still pulls Fatal Links back under the tower, although great initiation, but the Fatal Wall, they had to spit out just so much damage. And the thing is, Z's really learned his lesson because the first time he died was actually because of the way the wall bouncing back and forth. So both teams, really great communication, instantly split off to try to mitigate any more further damage. Kid on the other hand, needs to try to figure out a way to get away from Pendragon. And now EVOS Legends, they need to try to look for that one team fight. They were actually looking for spots 1, but Zaze doesn't have the feelings. They cannot fully commit into this fight just yet. They had to be aware about where maybe is. That's pretty much why we saw him face checking that bush.
Now Ace looking to actually destroy that middling tower. It's going to be Rex taking so many shots. Same goes to Rexy. Order of being popped, but Ruby is ready to secure that kill. And Burmese Ghouls, they are taking this lead, and they're not going to show any signs of weakness.
Definitely for sure. And look, here comes maybe going to be popping in and slowing him down. You really want to try to drop down the Divine Judgment, but sadly enough, you know, it's Uranus. It's Rex. He's so fast, you just can't catch him. Z's no more perfect match will not be able to initiate for any time soon. But this is the true threat. Right now, we see Burmese Ghoul had quite the presence during the early game. Exactly what we were hoping for. Being aggressive because there's a lot of team fight composition coming from the side of EVOS Legends. They fully utilize it. And now the presence of the Kaja just makes it so hard for EVOS Legends to try to even initiate at this point.
And over on the side of Burmese Ghouls, they are able to actually clear so much more rapidly. Over on towards EVOS, you can see they sent 2 members all the way down, as they are looking at another pickoff here in the form of Pendragon.
Pendragon all the way down to half a but Z's going to be falling up. But thankfully, he managed to catch Ace, but he passed the Purify. That's going to be keeping him alive even more. But the Divine Judgment will drag Rex all the way out of the safety of his base. And that's going to be pretty much the end for him as well.
This is looking very, very hard, especially when we are looking at one. He has Flicker so far, but of course, he cannot choose to participate in all the fights, in all these sort of situations. And as for that sort of a pick-up there, Zaze is looking to actually pull them all in with that Fatal Links, especially for Ace, but he pops out that Purify, and he's going to be A-OK.
A-OK is definitely the best thing he can definitely look and hope for as well. But EVOS Legends, they need to try to look for even more better if they want to try to excel here. They know Purify is still on cooldown here. Do they still want to try to look for the fights or just try to catch up any members one by one? Pendragon finds Ruby, still going to be trying to engage as well. Carry going to be popping in. Ruby slowly charging up their wheel of unity to see if he can able to zone out or even catch onto any members here who's currently zoned away from the team.
Now, for the side of EVOS Legends, they are looking at Kid. They are trying to actually pop him off. But now, with the rest of the members of EVOS Legends chasing over the side of maybe, they are trying to disperse because this is a very scattered team fight that we're looking at. And Ruby DD going for the roll.
Everyone is definitely out of place. You know what they say? They say him rolling and they be hating because it's such a nuisance to deal with against that Boxia. Now they're going to be. Now we can see Burmese Ghouls just getting total control of all this junk and just really trying to deny EVOS Legends farm as much as possible. And Ace is totally on the roll. Level 14, 3-0, 5 assists. This guy is having the best farm of his life. Beautiful Divine Judge is going to be flicker in and will catch Z's. Another team composition character out of the picture, out of the equation. This top tower is not going to last for long. They're going to be looking for a couple more fights here. Rexy Notorious had to pop the Chaos and Order with the fallback. Pendragon instantly gets shredded down to size, and instantly 2 more members. These will be coming out, but will they have enough damage to deal and defend against all his team? Ruby go from the back line, instantly catch Rexy. She flickers out, but the damage has been done. Insanity. Although the Phalanx have been popped, but they're going to be focusing on the crystal. Burmese Ghouls wins against EVOS Legends 2-0.
We cannot believe our eyes as BG secures one of the cleanest wins, and it is against